Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the best damn professional wrestling podcast on the planet. I'm, of course, one of your two hosts himself, Odin's greatest creation, the gift of this generation, Mr. Perfection himself, Cody Carter. And I'm here once again with my guy in the chair, the Ned to my Spider-Man, the Peacemaker to my Vigilante. I would have said the Cody to my Randy, but I can't say that no more. Uh,
Mm-mm.
Mr. Magic Fingers himself. And man, what an interesting week it has been. Just when we
Yep.
think that they're lacking and we don't get excited for WrestleMania, I'm excited now because we'll get to
Yeah.
it when we get to it. But we saw glimpses of a man we haven't seen wake up since 2020. So
I
that
mean, honestly, if you think about it, that's something he hasn't done really that brutal and that viciousness
yeah.
since before Legacy.
Well, the last time I can remember was Edge in 2020 when Edge came back and they were doing
True.
the whole angle leading up to Mania. Like
Well,
that's
yeah, yeah.
the last time we've seen Randy Orton be this vicious. But we'll get to that when we get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is another wonderful weekend of an AEW pay-per-view. And that is probably the highlight of our months, because they just continue to impress us. So, Drew, I know you're the analytic man. Let's run down this card, man, and tell me what you're most excited for and what we got in store for tonight.
Dude, I mean, when it comes to AEW, you just don't know what to expect. And the fact that they have 12 damn matches on this card. I mean, AAA only had 3 on their card last night.
Yeah, that was kind of
WWE usually
disappointing.
has 4, maybe 5, and that fifth one was a quick squash match.
Yeah.
But AEW's got 12, dude. And it's starting out with Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, and Darby Allin versus the Dogs. Then you've got the TBS champion, who she's going to be busy tonight. You got Willow Nightingale versus Lena Cross. There's a 21-man blackjack battle royal for the AEW national champion. You got Swerve Strickland versus Brody King, who's going to figure out who's the biggest, baddest bastard in the yard.
Yeah.
Tony Storm is finally going to be getting her hands on Marina Shafir, or sure, how do you say it?
The
Sharif?
fear.
Shafir, yeah. You got the trios championship. So you got the Don Callis family versus Mystico and Jet Speed. You got the women's tag team champions. So again, Willow's gonna be busy. You got Babes of Wrath versus Megan Dane and Lena Cross. You've got the Continental Championship, which is Moxley versus Takeshita, which
No
I'm
time
really
limit.
looking forward to that match. No time limit. Nobody can interfere. It's when someone finally loses, someone finally loses. You got the tag team champs, which is going to be FTR versus the Young Bucks. The women's championship, which is Tekla versus Chris Statlander. And then you got the world heavyweight championship, which is MJF versus Hangman. And with that stipulation, if Hangman loses, he can never go after the belt again.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you can't go after it if someone else has it. He can't go after it again.
Yeah. And this is a stat card, like you said. I mean, 12 matches. Like, we're not used to that.
Stand by. Stand by.
Got you. And so, guys, we're not used to that quality of product because normally WWE, of course, AAA had pretty much a lackluster show. I mean, I was expecting more from it last night. I really was. I was expecting Vikingo and Dom to be a lot better than what it was. But it was still entertaining. But like Drew said, there's not much to talk about other than this AEW show coming up, and of course what happened on SmackDown. But I'm really excited about this card. I think it's going to be one of those monumental ones. I mean, last year's I believe Revolution pay per view, um, you know, it it surprised a lot of people, and I think didn't it win Show of the Year? I'm pretty sure it did. So I'm excited. The question I ask with every AEW pay per view, every AEW show that we do, that we have a big monumental moment or big monumental match, do we see the return of the best wrestler in the world, Will Ospreay?
I hope, man. They're teasing it like crazy.
And like you guys know me, I'm the biggest Ospreay mark on the planet. Like I love the dude. I think he's the most talented person since TNA AJ Styles. I
Yeah.
like genuinely. Like, and a lot of people hype him up, but like until you watch him wrestle, you don't get it. You know what I mean? Like he's a once in a lifetime talent. Like there will never be another Will Ospreay again. Um, he could go in there with anybody and make a
Oh yeah.
five-star classic. So do we see him come back, or do we? Because we're getting close to All In London, and I don't think you have that show without the bruv on it, if not in the main event for the World Championship.
Either way, I think it's going to be like when Swerve came back
Yep,
after the main event. Here comes Will Ospreay.
I hope so. We keep saying it, but I'm really excited for this card. You got the Young Bucks and FTR, who
Yep,
are just
that's gonna be a hell of a match,
every time they touch each other, it makes tag team wrestling.
and it's gotten so much more personal this time too because of the attacks on the Young Bucks family
Yeah, they beat the shit out of Papa Buck. I was not a fan of that. I was like, come
and
on
his
now.
brother.
Yeah, they beat. I didn't even know they had a younger brother until that.
Yeah,
I had no idea, and then I was like, oh my god, there's a third Jackson.
yep,
He took a hell of a bump, by the way. For a guy that doesn't take bumps, took a hell of a power driver. Um,
yes.
but I think the one that I'm most excited for, and it's cliche because of the stipulation, but it's not just a stipulation for me. It's this whole build up for this Hangman and MJF match has been really, really good. Um,
Yes.
so that's definitely gonna be one that if you got the kids watching and they're eating their goldfish, you need to put them to bed because it's gonna get violent very fast, very quickly.
Oh, very
Um,
much so.
Tekla, of course, I think, it was weird. I think she's one of the sexiest women in wrestling. I get called weird for that, but I think she is. I think she's one of the sexiest women in wrestling. She doesn't get enough credit for how good she actually is. But I don't see them keeping the title on her tonight. I think they put it back on Statlander. Um, I don't know. I don't. Where the
Well,
is where is Britt Baker?
Mercedes lost another title, so it's quite possible that I think she only got like what 6 belts now.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens with that.
And
All
so,
right, who do you have with Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, and Darby Allin versus the Dogs?
as much as I love the dogs because I knew who the grizzled young veterans are before they came to AEW, like I was following them in NXT UK. I love those guys. Those guys are just old school punt. They should have been in the spot that um, Kaiser and Bartel were
Yes.
in Imperium.
Yes.
They should have been with Gunther, and they would have been an unstoppable force. But I don't see them winning here. I think the baby faces go over clean as much as I hate Orange Cassidy's with every fiber of my being. I know he's going to do his stupid little hands in his pockets, and it's going to piss me off more than anything. But I'm gonna go with the baby faces. I'm gonna go with Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, and them to get the win over
Yeah,
the
I
dog.
I have a feeling that's the way it's going to start out. I've got that gut feeling that tonight the villains are going to take over. Um, with that being said, I think the Don Callis family is going to win quite a few belts tonight.
Yeah,
I could see them retaining the trios championship and Takeshita beating Moxley
yeah,
so that they retain all because they've already stated their mission is to get all the gold
yeah.
that's in the company.
And
I think they're going to actually allow that to happen.
I think like a
So with
lot.
that being said, I'm thinking the trios champion, the Don Callis family wins,
Yeah,
and the Continental Championship. I'm going with Takeshita.
no brainer there. That's exactly the way I was thinking. I mean, a lot of people are not big fans of Don Callis family. I like them. I don't like Don Callis. I wish that I could put his back through a board of nails, but that's just because he's good at his job. Um, when they go after that world title, a lot of people are eyeing Andrade, and Andrade is great, but I think it's time to pull the trigger on Fletcher. I
Yep.
think I think that guy, when it's all said and done, if AEW ever does go out of business, which won't happen, he will go down right up there with MJF as one of the biggest success stories the company's ever had because he came from just being little Will Ospreay to becoming the proto star, and it's one of the best rises that I've seen in the last 10 years. I
Oh
mean, the dude
yeah,
is just
100%.
fantastic. So, yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I agree with both of those takes. Um, What about the women's championship? Who you got for that?
Well, for the TBS championship,
Yep.
I think Willow Nightingale loses. I have a feeling she's losing both belts,
Mm. I was
but a
gonna
gut
go.
feeling is telling me she's going to lose one and keep the other.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go with. I'd say she'll retain the TBS championship,
Yeah.
and then they'll go into that tag match, and they'll finally lose because let's be honest, as much as we love Harley Cameron here and we're big Harley
Yep.
Cameron fans, that whole Babes of Wrath is really getting on my nerves, and it's you know they were the inaugural champions and haven't lost it since, so it's time to put the belt on somebody new. And then we have what do we have? We have we already went over Keshin Moxley, the Young Bucks.
Bandito versus Andrade.
Oh, this has potential to be match of the night. I mean,
Yeah.
genuinely, as much as that Texas Death Match is going to tear the house down, I think giving these two just a regular one-on-one normal singles match is going to blow a lot of people away, especially for
Yep.
those people who don't really know Bandito and aren't a casual AEW fan and don't know. They only know Andrade from WWE, and God knows that his WWE run didn't go as well as it could have went.
Right.
So I think it's going to surprise a lot of people tonight when they're going to tear the house down.
Who you
So,
picking?
um, man, Andrade's been on a roll. I think they're really high up on him, and I can't disagree with him because he might be a politicker backstage and be an asshole from my understanding, but you can't deny the guy's in ring talent. So I'm gonna go with Andrade to pick up the win.
And since he's part of the Don Callis family, there's a great chance that the Don Callis family is going to sweep every match they have.
Yep.
But for this one, I got to give it to Bandito
Okay.
because I know they were trying to give him a good push there for a while as well.
Just put it in there. I'll come and get it in a second.
Oh, snap. We got some deliciousness. Look at
Yeah, I
that
got you.
plate.
Spaghetti. Love you. Thank you. All right, guys.
All
I'm
right.
gonna eat while
So,
we're doing this. I know a lot of people
oh,
get
you're good.
upset about that, but I'm gonna eat.
I don't know who's in the 21 man Rumble,
Nobody does,
but
I don't think.
I have a feeling that Old Boy's not retaining tonight.
No? Yeah, I can
No,
see that.
I think someone like um in Jet Speed,
Sweet ball?
Speedball. Somebody like I think Speedball. Or this would be where Jungle Boy comes out and he would probably win it.
Yeah, I can
Because
see that.
he's had a real good feud with them right now.
Yeah,
So I'm going with Jungle Boy.
yeah. I think that's a safe pick. So I'll go with Jack Perry as well. I'll go with Jungle Boy. Yeah. Brody King versus Swerve Strickland.
Swerve's gonna win that.
I think that's the easiest card to pick on the card. The easiest match to predict on the card. As much as Brody King's been on fire, I don't think they stopped this momentum with Swerve. And man, I'm going to go with Swerve. I mean,
It's going to be a very brutal and bloody match.
oh yeah, they're going to beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah, I mean to where someone's probably going off in an ambulance.
Yeah.
All right, Tony Storm versus Marina Shafir.
As much as I love Tony Storm, I'm a fan of Marina Shafir's style and her ruthlessness. With that being said, I don't think AEW gives Marina the win. I'm gonna go with Tony here, although I think Marina should win.
All right, you going Tony?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Marina because I have a feeling someone's going to try and help Tony, but it's going to backfire.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Marina. All right, tag team champs, FTR, Young Bucks.
This one's so hard because you could go either way, but with the personalness of them, making it personal and attacking their father and their brother, I think the Bucks beat FTR tonight.
I think so too. And then it's right after they win. Here comes the Don Callis family.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here for that. 100%. That would be awesome.
All right, you said for the women's championship, you think Statlander?
Yeah. As much as I think, I don't know. It's kind of a tricky situation. I might get that one wrong, but I don't know. I don't know why they gave it to Tekla that soon anyway. As much as I love her, I just feel like she wasn't ready. It kind of came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I got a feeling Tekla's going to retain. I don't something about my gut telling me that she retains. All right, potential match of the night, main event, MJF versus Hangman.
I think this will go down as one of the most bloodiest, most grueling matches in AEW's history. Um, Hangman is undefeated in Texas Death. He's never been beaten in Texas Death.
I think tonight he does lose.
I think tonight he does lose. I think they wouldn't put that stipulation out there, and there's rumors that his contract could be coming up soon. Um, and as much as I don't think he'll go to WWE, there's always that chance, you know. Um,
Always.
so I'm gonna go with Max to pull out the W with some. I mean, I know it's no DQ, but he's gonna have to pull some shit out of his
There's going to be
ass.
something that he's going to pull a trick up out of his ass, and
Yep.
yeah, it's going to be some kind of what the fuck moment, and yeah, there's going to be some kind of surprise return. Somebody helps out, something along the line, or something backfires. But yeah, I think MJF's going to retain because I think that it's going to be Osprey versus MJF at All In.
You know, I would love to see that match. Here's the thing, though. We have this new version of Swerve. I think Swerve wants his title back. And I think, as much as I love Max, I think that match to me at All In for those two, as their history, and we know that they've put on banger after banger, those two need to main event the biggest show of the year for AEW. So I'm hoping that Swerve ends up taking the belt off of MJF before All In, just because I want to see Hangman and Swerve in it and Osprey to main event that show. I think Osprey's
But
main eventing regardless. So
yeah, but as much as they've had the push for Swerve, you've also had Kenny Omega that wants to get his revenge
yeah,
after what they did to him on Dynamite that night. So I really think MJF retains tonight, but it's someone they're going to do some kind of like battle royale or something, gauntlet match to see who's going to go after him. And Kenny's definitely going to be a part of that.
yeah,
I think Will Ospreay's going to be a part of it because he's probably making a return tonight because as much as they've been promoting him, you're going to have Swerve in the mix just because he's this new attitude. He's going to win tonight.
yep.
That's at least three already, and you can't have Hangman if he loses tonight. So Andrade could be a part of that mix as well. I don't know, but I'm definitely saying MJF for tonight.
Yeah, 100%. I think he makes history and is the first man and only man in AEW's history to beat Hangman in his own match.
Yep. Depending on
So
how far they go into that match too.
yeah, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how far they can, how deep they can get. I mean, not much surprises me anymore about AEW. We watched a man get waterboarded on live pay per view for this company, so nothing will shock me. You know, now I think the only thing we haven't seen is somebody get electrocuted. So you know, we'll
Well, we've seen somebody get tased.
yeah. I mean, yeah, technically, I guess that counts. So there's not much we haven't seen except for somebody
Seen somebody
dying
set
on
on fire.
television. Yeah,
The only thing we haven't seen is someone get shot
yeah, and
and
that's
stabbed because we've seen somebody get stapled.
yeah,
I mean, and he was willingly doing it to himself. So that
yeah. He's a
twisted
psychopath.
bastard gets us hands on something else. We've seen him use the cinder blocks, and it's not that fake cinder block stuff that easily crumbles either. So uh, anything's possible for tonight,
Yeah,
and I'm
it's
just looking forward to it because it starts at what 8 o'clock Eastern, and with 12 matches, it's going to easily be after midnight before that thing's over.
yep.
And
So
unfortunately, I got to work tomorrow, so it's going to be a fun long night.
it's going to be very,
It'll
very
be
fun.
worth it, very
But
worth it.
we got all our predictions for Revolution, correct?
Yep, that's
Um,
everybody.
do you want to cover anything from Raw other than that gauntlet match that Bailey wins, and now we know we're getting AJ versus Bailey?
I mean, other than that, I really don't recall much
No?
from there. But I am looking forward to this Monday night with the Beast returning to hopefully find out who his opponent's going to be at Mania, or at least the one step closer.
Yeah.
Um, AEW or not AEW, AAA had a great match last night for the Fatal Four Way for the sword,
Yeah, that was
which
really good.
I love the way that ended with the original getting handcuffed way far away where he can't do anything, and then El Grande Americano winning the match was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Um, Dominic Guerrero decided to grow a pair and actually fight a legitimate match. Like I was actually proud of him. And
Dom got
with
the shit beat out of him last night.
He did, but the fact that Omos is just standing there on the outside, just reaches up and grabs the trash can out of Dominic's hands. He's not standing on anything. The bastard's just that tall, seven
Yeah.
foot four.
Yeah.
Put your arms in the air, and he's 9 feet tall. And he was basically able just to grab it right out of his hands when he's trying to hit Vikingo. And just like, dude, that if it wasn't for the mini version of Vikingo coming out and getting involved, Dom would have lost that match.
Yeah.
But he did a fantastic job. Um, but the main thing for SmackDown is this welcome back Viper attitude. And if Cody's head was about yay far up higher, he
Would have killed
wouldn't
him.
be here today.
No, he would kill him. I
But they
mean,
took that to a whole new level that they needed to do
yeah.
to boost up the ratings.
Well, I think a lot of people, like you said in the chat, you would have rather seen it been Cody, but to me, it makes no sense for it to be Cody just yet. As much as I want that heel turn, I think Cody needs to go through the trials and tribulations, and he really hasn't done that since he beat Roman.
Yeah.
And at Mania, it's going to be teacher versus pupil. And for the
Yep.
first time in Cody Rhodes' life, he's going to have to prove that I'm better than you. Now, do I think he proves himself at Mania? I don't think so. I think Randy Orton gets his number 15 at Mania. This version of Randy Orton, ladies and gentlemen, I grew up with '09 Orton. I'm talking about bald headed Orton, the man who RKO'd Stephanie McMahon in front of Triple H, handcuffed him to the ropes, and then kissed her while she was unconscious.
Yep.
I saw glimpses of that man, and I don't think Cody Rhodes has known what he's woke up because this man doesn't give a fuck if you're a woman, a child. He doesn't care. He wants that number 15. And like he told Cody on Friday, he needs this. And
Yep.
I've never heard somebody say something more true in my life. If Randy Orton doesn't get this win at Mania, where does he go from here? I'll tell you where retirement.
Yep.
That's exactly where he goes. And I don't want to see that yet because I think Randy has a lot to bring to the table. And this whole viciousness where Cody is just gushing blood and he puts his head on the steps. If, like you said, if he was an inch higher, he'd be dead. Like there would have been no. I thought it was very well done. The whole fact of him sitting there in the ring with the title on his waist, just sitting there, and you can hear the character work that Randy Orton does is so good because you can
Yes.
see that he's like, damn it. But then those voices start talking to him, and he's like, no, this is what needs to happen. And that's something that they don't really dive into with Randy's character a lot nowadays, but he legit, like when he says he hears voices, like that was a legit thing. Like he went to anger management and everything when he was younger, and he legit hears voices in his head still to this day. He was taking some type of medicine. Then he said, I didn't feel like myself, so I had to get off of it, and he feels a lot better now. But that's something that I've always wanted them to explore because those voices are telling Randy, these people think you're not good enough. You're on your way out. That's what they see. Show them who the fuck you are and show them never to turn your back on a Viper. And that's exactly what
Right.
he did on Friday. And I thought it was brilliant. I loved every second of
And the other thing about Friday night,
it.
Drew McIntyre quit. He pulled a Batista
Yeah.
and quit. Like I wasn't expecting that. I was really thinking it'd be him versus Nick Aldis at Mania or next week. But Jacob Fatu came out and said, if you want to blame anybody, you blame me. I'm the reason you lost your belt. And then we see later that night that McIntyre came back and went after Fatu
Yeah.
and made to where Trick Williams beat Fatu.
Yeah. What a big win
So,
for Trick as well.
huge win. Huge win. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the story continues between Fatu, McIntyre, and Nick Aldis because I really think that's not gonna go away to where Nick Aldis is gonna return back to the ring as
No.
Magnus.
Yeah, you can't have somebody with the lineage that Nick Aldis, aka Magnus, has, and him not be at a WrestleMania just once in his
And
career.
especially as much as Nick Aldis keeps reminding him, you don't know who I am. You
Yeah,
forgot who you're talking to.
yeah,
That keeps coming up. Eventually, it's going to be to where he's not going to remind you of that with his words. He's going to remind you with his fist.
yeah,
And that is what I want to see.
yeah. And I think if we're ever going to get Nick Aldis in a WWE match, WrestleMania is the perfect time. And I think that's the
Yes.
one checklist on his career that he's never got to do. And I think honestly, like I wouldn't mind him like coming out of the general manager role and then fighting Cody for the world title at some point. Like
Yeah.
he's that good. Like a lot of people didn't know who Nick Aldis was. Like people still think he's just the general manager of SmackDown. Now this man is a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, one of the most decorated people in the history of the business. And I think Drew McIntyre is going to be reminded of that come very, very soon.
And then, this whole Sami Zayn coming in, doing his thing backstage.
Uh,
Can we please stop with the lazy writing from creative and continuing the Karrion Cross and Scarlett trying to convince Sami to come to the dark side with their Dollar General version in Zelina and Aleister Black? Because it's the exact same thing they're doing. It's just with different people
yeah,
trying to go after Sami.
yeah.
I really hate that. I really do. It's like, all right, these guys were doing great, and then they left, but we're going to do the exact same thing with these two. And it's like they're just trying to, it's completely lazy.
Yeah, I don't disagree one bit. I'm just not the biggest Sami Zayn fan anymore. Like I'm just not.
Oh, I'm not either. Like, this is over and done with.
Yeah, like there's just something about the guy. Like, will he win a world title at some point? Yeah, probably next year at Mania because they are in Saudi. But I just,
And then, from Raw, really the only other thing I want to talk about was the fact that the Usos came out and put one massive whooping of a right hand into Punk.
what a promo.
So it was excellent on both sides.
Like, and a lot of people don't realize like that stuff. Him saying like, "I know your family very well." It's not fake. Like that, he
No.
literally, Haku and them really helped Punk through the early years of his
Oh,
career.
yeah.
So he
He
has
said they,
ties.
they weren't paying me in money, they were paying me in knowledge, yeah, you're going to learn a lot.
Yeah. So that's one thing for me, especially that I'm excited to see. It was very good back and forth. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that those two are on a collision course, and I think it's as much as I didn't want to see it in the beginning, I definitely want to see those two go at it now
Yes.
in a one-on-one setting, and I want Roman Reigns to squash him. I want him to beat him like he stole something, because
But if
that's
he wins because he has his family come and help him,
I
I'm really sick of that.
I don't
It
know.
needs to be a legit one-on-one, just like the Continental title. Legit one-on-one, nobody interference.
Yeah, I mean, only time will tell. I think all of us are getting annoyed with that whole oh the Usos are coming to help Roman type thing. But do we see the final boss show up?
It could lead to WrestleMania next year,
Yeah,
like I did with him and Cena.
yeah,
Of the very next Monday night after, they say, "Hey, WrestleMania 43 in Saudi, it's you versus me."
yeah. So that I believe is everything, right, Drew? Right?
Yeah, I mean, except for the whole Bailey won that gauntlet, and she's gonna be facing AJ at Mania. I mean,
Yeah,
that's really it. And I'm not really sure how I feel about that either, because I would have rather it been somebody not so much as a veteran.
like a Natalia. That's who
Well,
I would have put in that spot. But okay.
Natalia, I mean, yeah, I want to see her going after the world champ. I don't want to see
Yes.
her getting the mid card champ, because she's definitely needing that push. The last time she held a title of that significance was a Divas title, but I really want to see somebody like Lyra Valkyria going after, or somebody younger that's trying to move up in the ranks of the business.
Yeah.
proving their mettle against a veteran like AJ Lee.
Yeah. I
But I
mean,
have a sad feeling that's going to be the bathroom break match of Mania.
yeah. So Mania is getting really close, guys. We're only a few weeks away, which is crazy to think about.
And it's about 5 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks.
5, 6 weeks. So stay tuned to the podcast. Drew, I want to thank you again for joining us. I'm very excited about tonight. Discord's going to go stupid crazy.
We got 2 hours and then it's going. It's game time.
Yep. So, guys, you will get this on Monday at 5 p.m. EST. So don't forget to leave a like, hit the subscribe button if you're on the YouTube, hit the follow button if you're on Spotify and everywhere else. We want to thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching, and remember, don't fuck with the mafia.